Hi, I'm Dana in Circulation. Whether you're checking books out at the front or we're checking them in back in the workroom, anything that comes in and out of the library goes through us. Tonight I'm going to be reading Two Little Trains. I chose this book because it is my son's all-time favorite and we have read it several hundred times. It's by Margaret Wise Brown and the illustrations in this edition are by Greg Pizzoli. Two little trains went down the track. Two little trains went west. Puff, 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 chug, chug, chug. Two little trains to the west. One little train was a streamlined train. Puff, puff, puff to the west. One little train was a little old train. Chug, chug, chug to the west. Look down, that long steel track. That long steel track to the west. Two little trains came to a hill, a mountainous hill to the west. With a puff and a chug, they went right through, under the hill to the west. Look through that long dark hill to the west. Two little trains came to a river going west. Puff, 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 chug, chug, chug. They went over the river to the west. Look down below the bridge at the deep dark river going west. The rain came down on the two little trains going west, and it made them darker and wet and shiny as they went on their way to the west. The snow came down and covered the ground and the two little trains going west, and they got white and furry and still in a hurry, they puffed and chugged to the west. The moon shone down on a gleaming track and the two little trains going west, and they hurried along and heard the song of an old man singing in the west. Look down that long steel track where you and I must go, that long steel track and strong crossbars before we travel home. The wind it blew and the dust it flew around the two little trains going west, but the dust storm drew not a toot or a hoo or a whistle from the trains going west. Then the mountains came beyond the plain, and the trains started climbing west. Up and around and over and through the great high mountains to the west. The ocean was big, the ocean was blue, beyond the land in the west. And the little trains stopped. Their trip was through. They had come to the edge of the west.